When my son was just over a year, he wasn't really talking. He wasn't making noises that typical children make at that age.
I suspected something just because we saw delays.
He was diagnosed PDD-NOS, pervasive developmental disorder, not otherwise specified, which is on the autism spectrum.
My initial feeling was just sort of fear, and I felt overwhelmed.
You feel extremely alone. Nobody understands. You feel like you have nowhere to turn.
She was much more willing to accept it. I was in denial and I'm like, they don't know what they're talking about.
It's kind of a hard diagnosis to hear from a doctor.
You have in your mind what you think when you hear autism at first before you know really what it is.
You just sink. Your heart is just broken. You're like, what do I do with this? Because I didn't know any other autistic children.
You think of the child who sits in the corner and maybe pushes their head up and down, or who has tics, or like in Rain Man, when they can, add numbers up and do this. That simply kind of isn't what it is.
It took a little while to get used to the idea, and then it was just kind of, what do we need to do next?
When he was actually diagnosed, she and I read about everything we possibly could.
I just started reading and going to autism conferences to try and gain as much knowledge and as many resources as possible.
We got into contact with Integrated Behavioral Technologies and started ABA therapy with Michael. And since that time, he has made, in the short time that they've been here, I can't even tell you the progress he's made.
The behavioral interventions that and techniques that we've used, and also the educational programs we've gotten the most success from those.
There are so many people out there who can be a support system and help you and direct you to where you need to go to get started, and you're not alone.